Alright, headlight on. Grab my poles. That's one tree I was tied to. That's the other one over here. You can't tell I've been here. So I had to get some stuff out of the way here. Had to clear out the area with old limbs and stuff. Had to make sure I was in a spot where there wouldn't be old limbs coming down on me. That takes a little doing sometimes. And it gets more difficult the darker it gets too. But I got to go through some rocks, get back to the AT. But it looks like I'll be able to see the trail here. I'll be able to get this headlight off. See the trail pretty good when I get up there. All right, I'm back on the trail. I cut this light off. And I'm going to talk just for a minute. I'm on my way to Port Clinton this morning. That's what the hike into. The sun's just about going to pop up there. And my goal is to catch a 10:15 shuttle, free shuttle that Cabela puts on. This is what I understand. And it's a free shuttle where you get a free ride to Hamburg, where there's a couple, I think there's a couple places to stay. I want to check on that. But there's a Walmart and and I think some fast food place, which is everything, and so you get a good resupply, a decent place to stay. It might be a little expensive at the motel. I don't know. I'm going to check on it, but we'll see. I might just take a break there. And if I really like it, I might take a double break. And what I mean by that is I think you can do a one-night stay on the church grounds over there, and they charge for $10. They got hammock space. I'll check on that. I might turn around and if it's an expensive hotel in Hamburg, I might spend a night there, and then on the way out, stay there at the church, just so I have an extra day to go over there and eat at a restaurant or something. Who knows? I don't know. I play it by ear. We'll see how it goes. And onward. But we've got plenty of time. I want to get up by 6. I got about 5 miles to go. I looked at the contour lines and some of the comments on the app, and it's a very long, steep decline, rocky and steep going down in there. So I don't want to get in a hurry. I got to get going here at 6, but I still got to move, man. I mean, these rocks are something else, and I got to move more than 1 mile an hour. And when it gets steep going down, sometimes it is tough. So we'll see. But it's shaping up to be a beautiful morning. Matter of fact, right now I'm going to put my headlight away. Alright, no rocks for a minute or two. This is nice. Every once in a while the trail will give you I'll tell you one thing about having to do a long water carry is last night when I left that water source, I had a little over about 3 1/3 liters of water, including 1 liter on my back, hanging off the back of my pack. And so each one of them, so that's several pounds. That's like, let me say, a quarter pound, something like that. Okay. Anyway, this morning, and I had to have it because when I got down to I knew that 7 miles that I did before I camped last night, and it was hot, and I was tired, was going to dehydrate me. So I hydrated up, and then I sipped on water last night, and this morning I hydrated a little bit, and on my way, and I've got 3/4 of a liter of water now to carry me in. I've only got about 4 miles, and I'm in town, so I mean, and I'm somewhat hydrated, so I'm feeling good. So not only that, my pack weight is much lighter, noticeably lighter. So got fresh legs because it's in the morning. So I'm like, it's like daydreaming walking, you know. I mean, this is just really enjoyable. So that's one thing you got to do a water carry. The second half of the water carry is not a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna completely run out of water probably before I even get to town, which is okay as long as I'm hydrated. All right. Alright, I'm not gonna go down there on them rocks. I just stepped out here to but look at this thing. I guess somebody figured their work of art would enhance this place. I guess. I don't know. I like this work of art here. Alright, let's get back to the trail. Yep, Rock's Head. Oh, there's the trail north that's going on down into town. First place I'm going to come on is the railroad station. That's like in 0.6 miles, a little more than half a mile down. And that's it. That's the bottom. And check out this little bench here. Found this little bench. I took a break, and that's it, man. Took my I'm gonna throw my backpack on and going downhill. It's gonna be pretty steep, but I'm making good time. I said all in all on the rocks, it took me about, the rocks did hold me back a little bit. All right, let's get going. I meant to film this so I can remember. This is the steepest downhill I think I've ever went down. Maybe even in the Smokies. It's straight up and straight down. And it's dirt. And rocky dirt. Jeez. I'm down here now. That's the railroad. We come on that railroad station. That's the, look at this. I come down that trail. Straight up down the hill. I can see this road from way up there. Or I looked down and said, ain't gonna take me long to get to that road, and it sure didn't. One thing, when you coming straight down a mountain like that on a trail, and you go about a quarter mile, you go a way long way down. And that was about a quarter mile down like that. All right, we're on the trail. That's the history of the town. That's the Moving Goose going. It started out, it was a Skullkill River. I guess the Appalachian Trail's got to come down here and cross it anyway. And that started out, that was a good place in the river where paddlers could come down. And they started, and that's where they started a barge system. And they got coal out of these mountains down there. So it got the area going. And then later the railroad. I took a wrong turn. I was going down that road. I got to cross this river. Get to Port Clinton. I didn't realize that. That shuttle's going to leave in less than an hour. I better get going here. Got to figure out where I got to go. All right, the map set across this. That's the mechanical barn for the Reading Railroad. But this is the Appalachian Trail, though. And it had a sign, welcome hikers through here. So. All right, I see the footbridge. Reading and Northern. Reading and Northern Railroad, Port Clinton. That's what it is. That's what that company is. It's called the Reading and Northern now. That water's clear, but it's got them little bubbles on it. I don't know if I'd want to drink it. All them bubbles. Alright, let's go save the footage. I'm going to cross. There's two branches of the river that come together right here. This town. I just crossed both of them, so I gotta figure out where to go. I'll tell you, I didn't do too many miles on the trail to get here, but I got a lot of walking. you got to walk all over the place to get across, walk across these roads. There's the hotel I got. She's holding it for me until I get there. Holding the room. I didn't want to give my credit card over the phone, but it might fill up. I said, look, I'm walking down here from where they dropped me off at. Laundry done. Going downstairs. Everything's done. It's like 1 o'clock. Even uploaded all my videos. Video diary caught up. I'm going to eat at Cracker Barrel, which is right down here across the street. I'm washed. I'm cleaned up. I've showered. Yeah. I got dropped up that hill. I had to cross all these roads to get over here. But it's a good spot. Wyndham. Yep, I was on the mountain at 5 o'clock this morning, packing up, and I found me a Cracker Barrel. It's 1:45 in the afternoon, and I'm hungry. All right, there's the hotel I'm staying at, and I'm going back the other way now. I can't cross this major highway up here without going all the way up here to this. And then I got to go across. Then I can go to Walmart, and that's where I'm heading. Walmart. I'm gonna go ahead and do I'm gonna go ahead and do a 4-day food supply. I ate a big meal at Cracker Barrel, and I gotta eat, man, more. I'm down to about 170 pounds. I burn about probably 5,000 calories a day up there. My step count is probably, I don't know what my step count is. Let me look. I have made it. I had to climb guardrails and to find out the exact best path here without walking on dangerous roads, and I've got it figured out. Yeah. My step count's probably around 25, 30,000. And I didn't do it. I only walked 10,000 to get into town. There's people riding around. And the old gray-haired guy with carrying groceries in his hand. At least that didn't steal the grocery cart. I mean, come on. We got a ways to go. Let's go. Oh, you're still looking at that's about $80-$100 right there. This liquid IV is not cheap. This Propel is like 90 cents a stick, but they'll sell it for $1.50 a stick. That's what they sold it for the last resupply. I keep up with this stuff. The protein bars, these candy bars, the last resupply was actually decent in and then my next one's going to be a hostel in 2 weeks. I'm going to carry this. So these things in a hostel are a minimum $2.50. That's $1.25 if you buy it at Walmart. That's right off the shelf going out the door. These are $2.75, but these are huge, and coming out the door at Walmart. So all these hostels, they're exactly twice as much as what they're charging and what it looks like. At least the last one had decent prices. Now this breakfast blends, I can't remember what let me see what that was. All right, that's the reason I couldn't buy these other at that hostel. These are 10 Carnation Instant Breakfast at Walmart, $5.25. Same place he bought them, or they're buying them, and he's selling them. He takes them out of the box. A lot of these hostels, this guy was really doing. You got to look what they're doing, and he was selling each one of them $1.50 a piece. So you pay $5 for a box. If you sold $1.50 a piece for 10 of them, I said, geez, what's that? $15. So you bought a $5 box and then you sold it 3 times, and you're getting $15 for it, 3 times as much. 300% is what he was running that price up. God. But yeah, these protein bars are a minimum of $2.50. These are the best you can buy, and they'll buy them $2 or $3, $3 for a protein bar there. Most of these hostel stores. And you can buy them these come out 90 cents a piece, something like that. So, up and all, this is all high quality, good protein stuff. These Propel packs he was selling for, I think $1.50 a piece, something like that. These are about 90 cents a piece, 80 cents a piece. You know, I bought a few of those just for the heck of it. Because anywhere else I buy this, than Walmart, there's not that many Walmarts. You buy it in any hostel store or any what I call, it's convenience stores that are designed to rip off hikers, and that's what they do. They got stuff in there, you'll see, because everything gets out of date, especially when the hiking season comes out, because nobody buys it. And the local people know they only got it there for the hikers. The local people are going to go down the road. And so, yes, I'm serious. It's stuff like that on the trail. But we're looking good today. Feeling pretty good, man. I got laundry done. Everything is done. I took a shower, got the laundry done, and it is getting hot out there today. Man, it's getting hot. It's going to be a hot one. And I tell you what, I'm going to go up there to the store now that I've got all my work done, everything downloaded, everything. I'm going to go up to the store. I think I'm going to buy me maybe a couple beers. I might go up there, see where some of these other hikers are. I'd like to, but there's no really lounges around here, anything like that, to go drink a beer. No sports bars, anything like that in walking distance. There is a couple grills that sell beer, and I could have bought a beer at that Cracker at the Cracker Barrel. They sell beer. But I've gotten everything done. I've already eaten. I made sure I ate before I went shopping. I already come out of Walmart, and I did this before with all kinds of stuff. And then I wouldn't have been able to even go anywhere because I'd been up here eating. But I did have a better sense than the last time I had to do a long fly. The last time I had to do one, I got to the big box store, and on the way back, it was like a mile walk back. And I bought a liter of soda and a half a gallon of chocolate milk. Which I could have bought at a convenience store, and it would have cost me like $1 more, And instead of walk a mile carrying that along with everything else in each arm, it's just so sore. Your arms get so sore. I had better sense this time, so I only bought the good stuff back. And so now I need to go out and get me go down here to the convenience store and get me a 2-liter Coke and or whatever, 2-liter Coke and maybe a couple beers, something like that. We're gonna put in the refrigerator here. Just so let's go take off, get that done. I wanted to show you this. I really do look like a homeless guy walking around. I mean, look, check out my hat now. I put it in the dryer, and it's plastic bill, so it melted it. Now it looks, I mean, it really does look like some homeless guy that sleeps in his hat, like slept in a ditch or something, So let me get this phone out of the way. It's kind of got that look that it's, I mean, sleeping in a ditch or something, with his hat on. But all right, we're gonna. And my shirt's kind of changing colors. I mean, I wash it; it's clean and everything, but it's like it's different colors in different places on where I've been sweating so much in it and drying out. I didn't think a double knit nylon shirt could do that, but I probably the one. I mean, so it's just got this look like it's just. But my pants are clean. Thing is, it's like Mommy said. It doesn't matter how much clothes you have, as long as every day your clothes are clean. If your clothes are clean, it's okay. You can wear the same thing every day as long as they're clean. And that's all that matters when you're in public. So that's stuck with me. First thing I do, I check in. Even though I was hungry, man, I wanted to stop. I didn't go nowhere. I just came in here right off that trail. Washed my clothes because I knew I could get it done. Washed my clothes, took a shower, and then boom, that's when I went to Cracker Barrel. But let me go to the store over here. All right, I walked around town a little bit here. Got everything done. There was actually a little pub here behind here. I walked around there, drank a couple beers, and ate a hot dog. That wasn't too bad. It was happy hour, so the beers weren't but $2.75. Actually, they were cheaper than they would be in a hostel. If my hostel had beer. These hostels will charge $3 a beer. Alright.